All right, so yesterday we played a little bit with our P5 web editor and we learned a few things. So today we're going to expand on that. Now, yesterday, just a quick review, we did create canvas, was one of the functions we learned. And what that does is it creates a space for us to do our drawing. And if we did 400 by 400, it would be a square like that. I think I just want to be careful. That's a comma, not a semicolon. I think when I drew it, I wasn't very careful. All right, there we go. So now if I do ellipse, this is what we played with yesterday, and I do something like, oh, I don't know, 100 comma 250 comma 50 comma 50, I'll get an ellipse that is where? Well, we want to think about it as a coordinate plane. So we can think about it as a coordinate plane that up in the top left corner is our origin, which is 0, 0 are the x and y coordinates. Well, and if we think about this, the bottom right corner would be what? If the top left is 0, 0, what's the bottom right? Well, since our canvas is 400 by 400, that would mean this is 400 by 400. That's our bottom right coordinate. So if I did a spot right here, this would be 200 in the x, 0 in the y. So we know I want to be 100 in the x, which is about here, and I'm going to go down. So if 200 was here in the y, again, 100, 200, 300, 400, then this would be 50, 150, 250, 350, right? So I know that my ellipse is going to be centered at 100, and 250, Sound effects are very important when drawing pictures, just saying. So we know our ellipse is going to be centered there, so when I draw my ellipse, it's going to be right here. Not so bad, right? Because we know, if we think about this, each of these numbers are called arguments, and they each represent something. So the first one is our x position. The second one is our y position. The third is our width of our object, and the fourth is the height of our object. Okay, so this is the form of the ellipse function. So each of these are numbers, and those numbers, the first one represents the x position, the second represents the y, the third the width, and the fourth the height. Not so bad. There's another function that we're going to play with for drawing something else, and it's called rect. I bet you can guess what the rect function is going to draw. It's going to draw a rectangle. And again, it has exactly the same form as the ellipse. There's this difference, and I want you to play with it and see if you can tell me what the difference is. But it also has x position, y position, width, and height. Okay? So, but again, there's a difference. So you should play with rect and ellipse together and see if you can tell me what the difference is about how they work. And the last function I want to talk about today is the line function. And line is different because lines don't have a width or a height. They just don't. They're one-dimensional. I know you think they're two-dimensional, but really they're one-dimensional. And so really what we have is we've got the x, y coordinates of both ends. We have x1, y1, x2, y2, where if I had a line that was like this, I'm going to zoom this a little bit, the xy coordinate of this would be x1, comma y1, and this would be x2, comma y2. Now, it doesn't matter which of these two is x1, which of these come first in the function. It doesn't know top from bottom, left from right, it doesn't matter. This is the xy coordinate of one end, this is xy coordinate of the other end. All right? Now, what I want you to do is play with these three functions. Draw a bunch of different things. And after you've had a sense for how they might work a little bit, what I want you to do is I want you to draw this shape. I want you to draw this shape. So far, so good. That's what I want you to draw. Now, and then we'll go from there. So that's today's task. Play with ellipse, rect, and line. Learn about how they work. Draw several different pictures, and then after you've done that, then draw this picture. And then tomorrow we'll do something else with these functions.